Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haze and this is the Procreate Basic series, and today is the last episode. It is episode 24. So today we'll be learning all about drawing guides and grids. So to be specific, we'll be learning about 2D grids, isometric grids, perspective grids, and also all about symmetry. So if you want to know how to apply the grid and use drawing assist in your drawing in Procreate, this is a tutorial for you. So before I get started, remember to comment, like and subscribe. And now let's begin. Today we're going to talk all about drawing guides, so let's launch Procreate. I have an empty canvas here and let's tap on actions and tap on drawing guide. So drawing guides is all about grids, so now we're going to learn about grids. Let's tap on edit drawing guide and let's try out the 2D grid first. So when we see here, we can see that the assisted drawing is checked here, which means that we can use this to assist us when we are drawing, so make sure it's checked, and then we can adjust how it looks on the screen. So let me make it thicker so that everyone can see it, and let's enlarge the grid and change it to a different color. Let's move it around. You can move it around and also rotate it if you want to. Once you're happy with it, you can just tap done. So now I have a layer here ready for me to paint, and if I'm painting, I can see the grid. I can see it visually helping me, but it's not doing anything else. So to get it to actually help you, you have to tap on the layer and tap on drawing assist. So once you check that already, whenever you draw, you're following the grid. So you will keep snapping to the straight lines on your grid. And it's really easy for you to get straight lines now and get equal measurements when you're drawing. You can also edit your grid halfway and then continue drawing while it snaps to the grid. So this is how you can use grid to build up your painting. And now let's explore the next grid, which is the isometric grid. So we see a lot of cool isometric drawings online. So with this isometric grid, it's very easy for you to visualize like cubes. So we get a cube here already from the get-go, and we can keep on adding cubes. But you can see that even if I'm using the eraser, it's snapping to the grid and it doesn't erase very well. So when you're doing this, you have to work precisely so that you can gradually build up your painting. And then if you just want to sketch freely, you can turn off the drawing assist and just use the quick line to hold to get straight lines. And then right here we already have like a house-like object. Let's add more things here. Turn on drawing assist to help us and continue building up the scene. So this is a very quick way for you to do like isometric drawings of cute houses setup and things like that. Now let's look at perspective. Perspective is a very different animal compared to what we have been using so far. So when you see the perspective settings screen, you can see there's nothing here at all, and it just tells you tap to create a vanishing point. So let's tap. And you can see that once I tap on it, a vanishing point has been created for us. And with this vanishing point, we can then drag it around. So let's put it here. We can also get multiple vanishing points. So let's add one more here. So once I have 2 vanishing points, I can see that it automatically snaps onto it. And if I add 3, I get something like this. So you can have as many as you want to help you build your scene. So let's clear it and try and create something with this. So let's have a house. Draw something, and you can see from the get-go the perspective is already working its magic for you. So maybe I want it to end here and this one comes here. So I have a building already, and I can continue to build my scene using this grid here and create a complex scene that is usually more suitable for architecture, or if you have a very realistic setup that uses perspective a lot. The last thing that we want to look at here is the symmetry grid. So with symmetry, you only get one. I use this sometimes a lot. You can even rotate it. So let's have one. If you tap on options, you get a few things. You get horizontal, vertical, quadrant, which you get a double symmetry line, and radial. So let's try out one by one and see what happens. So here, if it's not assisted, you can see nothing is happening. So once you turn it on, and if you just start to draw something here, you get a mirror effect essentially, and you only have to draw one side and have it perfectly mirrored to the other side. So let's try and turn on the other options and see. So if we have quadrant and we start to draw something, you can see it's being repeated on the 4 quadrants, and we can essentially draw something that is really complex, that we will usually take a long time to do, but now it's really quick because we are using assisted drawing. And now let's try the radial effect. So for the radial effect, you can see that it's repeating itself on all the axes. And you can create like a mandala drawing this way. And it gets really complicated as you move on with your painting. Okay, now I'm gonna try and understand what this rotational symmetry that here does. So I'm gonna draw this here. Okay, now let's turn on rotational symmetry. And now we're going to draw on the same spot and see what happens. Or we can see that it's repeating itself here. So that means if I draw here, I get like a rotational symmetry here, which will create like a circle for me. So I think this will be good if we are really interested in doing like crazy mandala drawings that we can simply just add the complexity as we go along. So it's getting really funky right now, and you can experiment with this tool to create a pattern that you like. So just quickly a few scribbles and I have something like this that is so complex already. So at any time, if you do not want to conform to the grid, you can just hold it and then it will snap to wherever you want it to go. So it will keep trying to follow the grid until you hold it at one point, and then it will let you do whatever you want.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. This marks the end of the Procreate Basic series. So I hope you guys have learned a lot so far. So moving forward, I'll be creating tutorials related to portraits in Procreate, and I hope that before you guys get started on the portrait tutorial that I'll be sharing later on, that you guys actually watch this entire basic series first, so that you guys don't get confused or if I skip certain parts. So this is basically why I created this basic series for you all. And if you have any suggestions for additional content for this basic series, remember to drop them down in the comment section below. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this basic series. You guys have been awesome. Bye.